Caddy runs wide, out onto the sand there, loses a lot of places.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another round of the Drivers Room Sunday League, Season 5, Round 6, Tier 1. So, if you can hear my voice being a little under the weather, as they say, it's because I'm coming off a very bad cold, and finally I am getting back to normal. And my apologies for the delay of the video for a week, but it's a little difficult to make a video and record everything when you're too busy uh, keeping your nose clean, and that's about as far as I'll go with that statement. Maybe this will make me sound a little bit more macho and change my tone of voice a little bit, but yeah. We're back to it. We are at round 6. We got 3 rounds to go after this one, and Gran Turismo 7 is on the horizon for next year. Okay, let's see where everyone ended up in today's qualifier, and I've rambled off enough. As we see the Toyota SFRs, and we have Cartman in P1. Drift King Alex in P2, Flapjack in P3. We have Lioness C, Dazzler, and we have LOL Power in the Karcher Mobile. Too Fast for You, and we have Ricey, Monginio, and we have Speed 140. And there we have Mr. Driver's Room himself, MJR Mercer, Mickey, Cafe the Banterman Delmar, and finishing off the pack in the back is John William Egan, or Megan as I call him. Good luck, gentlemen, and see you on track. Alright, we're about ready to get the show started, and let's see if my voice and everything can hold it together for 30 minutes. And we're off for round 6. These cars have been tuned all the way to the top, thanks to some background information. So let's see how these cars that are usually very comfortable to drive in its original setting, see how they are to drive in turbo mode. We only got a few weeks until Christmas as well, so it's gonna be a few good races, I think. As we see, Cartman does his usual stick, and my voice is breaking already. That's a good idea. Yeah, good thing. Cartman is doing what he does best, leaving the field behind, and we have Nessie in P3 chasing after Alex. And Alex is usually a very difficult guy to fight as well, considering he's so fast, and he's using the team versus team livery. I remember that because I was in that one, I think, a couple of years back. And Lioness C is using the Jaguar livery, the Silk Racing, or yeah. We have come through the chicane of death. Is everyone Yeah, I think everyone got through that. As we see them all passing through the final turn. Come up to start lap number 2. We have Lionessy really chasing Alex now. He wants to get past Alex. He has the pace as we see some fighting in the back. Nessie tries to go from the inside move into turn 2. And overshoots it right into the wall. And we see Alex with his usual drifting. And Dazzler has now moved himself up to 4th, Too Fast chasing him behind there. We have Ricey up into 6th place as we see Too Fast going very wide out of the turn. And I've lost sight of what turn we're on. Maybe I should have counted. And they're all on sports tires for some reason. It's not going to make it easy when they're powered up to full force. There they go. Through the little hairpin there. Coming up to the chicken of death, as they say. Let's hope I have voice left after this, though. Have a voice left after this. It's been pretty clean so far, despite the cars being powered up as far as they have been. Yeah. We see them all coming through the final turn. Start lap number 3. Go down the field as we see Low Power in 7th. We have Mung in 8th, just in front of Mr. Driver's Room there. As we see Low Power going for a move on the inside of turn 2 to overtake Mung, and I think Mung really pooped it in turn 2. Might have gone a little too fast and missed his braking point altogether, as we see Mickey trying to go on the inside of the Mung man, the livery designer to the stars. As we see John is falling off a little bit in the back. As we see them coming up the very difficult S stretch. We see a lot of people following Mr. Driver's Room now. Ricey trying to go for an outside move. We have Nessie trying to fight his way back. These cars will probably not use a lot of tires or fuel. As we see Nessie moving himself up into 7th, he has a lot of groundwork to do. Oh, as we see Mercer just sliding out of the death chicane. Taking a look back with Mercer to see what exactly happened to Mr. Driver's Room. Oh, and he touched the wall on the outside of the death chicane, so he got killed by the chicken, as we all call it. Very unlucky, but I expect a lot more death in the chicken in the 25 minutes to come. As we see, Cartman is just driving away from the rest of the field. I think he might have this one in the box. As we see Alex now in 2nd. He is just trying to hold off Flapjack, or Flappy, his 2nd account. We have Dazzler fiercely trying to catch up to the guys in front and fight for a podium, as we see Alex going very wide out of what is that, turn 6. Let's take a look back with the Drift King. What What did he do? Did he just go extra? Oh, he just didn't hit the brakes enough. Went very wide. Lost the position to Flapjack. From what it looks like these cars are a little bit more of a handful to drive with their power up. And these cars are very good, but I think Racing Tires possibly could have made the thing a lot better. As we see Drift King Alex again with a spin. Alright, let's take a look back with Alex. What the... Oh, he goes wide again, hits the gravel and spins. Oh no, Alex. Oh, his concentration is just all over the place, and he has had to retire the car. Oh, wow. Not often we see that happen to Alex, but it does happen. As we see Dazzler slamming into the wall of the chicane there. Oh. We see Nessie up into 6th place. We have Ricey in 7th. We have a big pack of cars behind Mung. Speed Mickey. Cafe. Cafe's probably calling Mung a twat as usual, just to try and get under Mung's skin. And the C word that I will not say in the video. For all of you Brits out there, the C word is referred to a part of the body, and that's as far as I'll go with that statement. But Cafe does not mean anything by it. That's just the goofiness of Cafe's character. As we see, Cafe is fighting Speed, but has to back off. As we see Speed going very wide off into the gravel in the 7-up. Still manages to keep his car planted on and in front of Cafe. But he's under heavy pressure and heavy pressure from Cafe. Going very wide again. This time Cafe will get past. And Speed falls down to 11th. Wow, a lot of action in this race so far. It's only been 8 minutes. Can you believe it? And my voice is still holding itself. I just gotta have a little drink. There we go. I haven't talked much for 5 days, so I'm trying to stress test my voice by doing a video. And sorry for any loud moments. I'm just trying to readjust. As we see, Mercer is on the hunt for 12th. Goes into the last corner on the inside of John. Makes the move up into 12th. Good move from Mercer. As we come back with Ricey. He's doing all well and good in 7th for the moment. And Nessie still chasing the pack in front. We have Too Fast and Low Power in 4th and 5th respectively. And Too Fast is chasing down Dazzler. Dazzler just trying to stay in front of the two behind him. One tiny little mistake and they'll take that spot right away. And I must say I really love Dazzler's livery for this race. It looks like that livery is made specifically for the SFR, and yeah, that is a very beautiful looking livery there, sir. As we see Flapjack and Cartman just they've left the field completely, and unless they do any mistakes, they might come out of this one with the lead. As we see, Dazzler has used over half the tank, and we're not even halfway in the race, so I think we might have to see some pit stops shortly. I don't think they'll be able to do this with a no stop. Dazzler looking for defensive lines, just to try and stay in front of Too Fast and Lol. Going very defensive out of the start-finish straight there, just to make sure he can break the slipstream somehow. Too Fast is closing in. Sorry for some silence, just saving my voice where it's needed as we follow the action. But let's go down the field real quick just to see if there's any changes, any fights. So far, it looks good. A lot of space between a few of the drivers now. We see Cafe in 9th in front of Mung. Mung is right in front of Mr. Driver's Room. Will Driver's Room be able to make a move on Mung? And look at the fuel Mr. Driver's Room has used. Mung has saved his fuel a little bit more than Mercer, but they both make it out of the death chicane. We have one turn to go to start off lap 8. As we see Mung trying to go for a little dive on Cafe, but Cafe still too far in front. I think Mung has caught the slip of Cafe. You might see a move from Mung momentarily, but he just keeps himself behind. Doesn't take the risk into the chicane. Just look at the smile on these cars. They look mean, but it just looks like they have the biggest surprise mouth of the century. They could probably start a leaf blower by, yeah, unconventional means, if you get my drift. As we see, Mung is right on the hunt for Cafe's 9th. And we see Mercer coming in on this fight now. It's going to be a two-way battle for 9th, as we see Cafe going very wide. It's not going to do Cafe any favors down to the hairpin. And Cafe goes wide again. Losing 2 positions now to Mung and Mercer. And Cafe has used a little bit more of his tires than the two in front of him. But we see Mercer is all over Mung's behind. As we see Flapjack has gone into the pits, so we're probably looking at a one-stopper at least for a lot of the guys, as we see Ricey into the pits with 12% left in the tank. And actually, I think I lost the overtake from Mercer. Right, come back. Never mind what I said. As we see, Mercer, I've just been too busy talking. Didn't notice that they actually switched positions. As we see, Speed is in 10th, and the fuel level is very low on his car. John has saved a lot of fuel. Flapjack, full tank. Same with Ricey. Let's look at Cartman. Cartman has burned almost all of his fuel. It's going to be good for this lap and then go in. See Dazzler there. Looking good on fuel actually. He could probably stay out for a few more laps, but if he's smart, he goes in this lap or the next. Let's take a look at Cartman. Will he go into the pits this time? He dives in. Will Dazzler do the same? Dazzler does exactly the same. Too fast. Yep, goes in. I'm thinking we're going to see a lot of the guys go into the pits as we see Low Power and Nessie going in. Mickey definitely needs to go in. Mercer and Mung will definitely need to go in as we see the fuel levels at Cartman and Low Power is at 1%. So as we see Mung heading off to do a couple of more laps. Maybe he can gain a little bit from staying out. The tires aren't looking that bad, but compared to the others coming up in the back, they will catch up quite a bit. As we see Dazzler. Wow, Dazzler didn't fill a full tank, and he might have been the big winner in all this. He comes out in front of Flapjack and Cartman. Flapjack has been out for a lap or two already on fresh tires and new fuel, but Cartman is the biggest loser in this one. He has lost 3 positions from his pole, so yeah, he has a lot of fighting to do now to get himself back into that top podium, top spot. But yeah, wow, that is some surprising stuff. Cartman is a little bit like me, gets screwed on the pit strategy, and he goes very wide through the hairpin and almost loses it again to Flapjack. Oh wow, so dangerous through that scary chicken. As we see Flapjack and Cartman still fighting through the last turn. They're going side by side. Very strong stuff from both of these gentlemen as we see Mung into the pits now. Now we have Flapjack into second. Amazing stuff here. Amazing stuff. Good battles. From the looks of it, these cars do not look that easy to drive because of, like I said earlier, the power-ups. With all of this fighting, we have Too Fast catching up to them and willing to step his foot into this fight. And that's giving Dazzler a lot of breathing room to just get himself away from the fighting pack. Flapjack getting himself a little bit of a breathing room now from Cartman as well. Cartman really has to figure out a strategy to get past. As we see, whoa! Cartman with a dive bomb, almost resulting in a pit maneuver for Flapjack there. We're lucky that that did not happen, but they all make it through the chicane. But Flapjack is in a lot of pressure at the moment. I am afraid my voice is gonna completely break down after this one. As we see, Too Fast is the winner in all of this, and he's now in second place. Wow. Ugh, had to mute myself there. A little cough. Don't want to have that in the video. We're all a little laid back in the Kimaru commentaries. And a very good opportunistic move from Too Fast, moving himself into second from all of that chaos between Flapjack and Cartman. Cartman is going on the inside of Flapjack. Flapjack will have the inside into the next one. Cartman will have the inside into the next after that. But Flapjack really squeezes him hard. Cartman really has to look for new lines to get himself past Flapjack, but that's not easy. Flapjack's not making that easy for Cartman at all. Cartman trying to go on the outside of Flapjack into the hairpin again, and this time it looks like Cartman succeeds. And Cartman moves himself up in the third, so he's taking up the hunt for Flapjack in second. Just don't crash into the hairpin chicane, guys. Alright, let's go down to the field, just check on the rest of the people. As we see Linusy in 5th, we have Lol Power in 6th, just in front of Ricey. And, yeah. Sorry, my voice is starting to break now. Ricey is chasing down Lol Power. Was there... Oh! Ricey's going for a little move. Mickey in 8th. We have Mung in 9th. So he dropped a few positions. He's just in front of Mercer. So we might have a new battle going on between these two in a moment. We have Cafe just in front of John. And Speed all the way down into 13th. And I think Speed has been in to just change his fuel, refill his fuel, but didn't change his tires. That's not good. He's gonna lose a lot of time from that. He did look on to get a good position. As we see Flapjack in front of Cartman again! I thought this battle was over, but no, Flapjack has thrown his gloves out of the window. It's no holds barred fighting from this point onwards. As we see, Cartman is really stressed out. He just can't keep the car going as smoothly in these... He just can't keep the car going as smoothly as he wants anymore, by the looks of it. There we go. I can do it when I really want to. And get my words out of my mouth, out of my talking thingy. And yeah, wow. Great turn of events from that. As we see... Whoa! Taking a look back with Ricey and Lol Power, and it looks... Oh! And we have a death from Lol Power. And I think Ricey got past Lol Power just a few corners earlier. As we get back to the fight for third with Flapjack and Cartman. None of these are willing to give an inch. As we have Flapjack into... oh man, Cartman is such a good driver. Just wasn't enough through that chicane though. There's another word I'm looking for Cartman. He's got balls, like Max Verstappen. He's aggressive and he makes a lot of moves. And he's a very good driver. And the fact that he can stay on the outside of corners that and stay, double file in corners that really aren't made for it is quite impressive. Impressive driving. I think that's the word I'm looking for. Impressive driving. And yeah, Cartman's still on the hunt for Flapjack, but as long as these two are fighting, the guys in front, Too Fast and Dazzler, are just running away with it. Dazzler has gotten the win of his lifetime now, and he really needs that after a lot of bad luck races for Dazzler. And finally he'll get a win, I think. He has been waiting for a good win now for a long time, Dazzler. And it's good to see him back on the top step. If he can just keep his car under control for 4 more minutes. As we see Cartman go on the outside into turn 2 and 3 again. I think this time he just doesn't have enough. He just doesn't have enough distance on Flapjack to get himself in front. It's a good drive from both of these gentlemen. A very good drive from both of these drivers. Very strong drive. Not willing to give an inch, either of them. They really have to fight, claw, and scratch for everything they do in this one. Definitely they gotta be fatigued after this race of constant battling for at least 15 minutes. As we see Cartman on the inside of Flapjack, a very textbook maneuver there, but Cartman spins a lot out of the hairpin. That's gonna make it so Flapjack stays on the hunt. Oh, and they just narrowly escape the death chicane. I think maybe Cartman has gotten himself enough in front of... No, Flapjack is still behind, still up his gearbox. And Flapjack is trying to go for a move like Cartman. But I think, oh. Too wide through this chicane for the 3rd or 4th time in a row. When is it going to stop? As we see, Cartman has the edge of being on the inside. And the outside into the next one. But Cartman does have an issue where he just spins his tires too much out of the slow turns. But he might be able to make this stick now. Couple of minutes left. Like I said, he spins a lot out of slow turns. Make it a little bit easier for Flapjack to catch up, but I think Cartman just has that little bit more of an edge. Oh, it looks so close through that death chicane that they both hit it. But yeah, I think Cartman has this one now. As we come down with Nessie, who has been alone for most of this race. We have Ricey there in 6th. Lol Power still struggling to stay in front of Mickey. Mickey has a better exit out of the death chicane, moving himself up into 7th. There we have Mercer in front of Mung. Mercer's had a hell of a good race. Sorry we haven't seen a lot of the action from Mercer. But the fight in front has definitely been interesting, to say the least. Mung struggling a little bit for fuel, but he should be good now because we're coming up on our very final lap. Cafe in the 11th. Cafe is usually way further up the field, but it looks to be a very difficult race for the Cafe man. As we see Mung off into the grass. Taking a look back with Mung. Oh, he just has an overspeed. An overspeed moment into and out of that chicane. And sends his car into the barrier. Speed is about to finish his race. Dazzler has had a very good, uneventful race, and I think Dazzler really needed this. It's a good moral boost for Dazzler. He has been struggling all season and all past season 4. It's been a very difficult 2 seasons for Dazzler, and finally a well-deserved win comes a knocking for Dazzler. Very well deserved for him. He kept his nose clean. Good job, Dazzler. Good job, Too Fast. And we have Flapjack in front of Cartman again. And we've missed that. Cartman Cartman has crashed into the death chicane. That's probably what that was. As we see Nessie in 5th. We have Ricey in 6th. Very good run from Ricey. And we have Lol Power getting himself back into 7th in front of Mickey. Very good run for them. Mercer in 9th. Very good race from the driver's room man himself. Cafe in front of John and Mung. Thank you all for watching. Come back for round 6, 7.